Hey there, I'm Adam Stark with Gordon Real Estate in Jefferson City. First off, thank you for taking the time to watch my short introduction / pre-marketing demo. Now what I've put together here is a short but informative video giving my clients or potential clients a glimpse into who exactly I am and what I'm going to do to get your home sold for the most amount of money possible in today's market. Now as you'll see here in my brief profile, I'm sort of known as the tech guy here in our office, and when we meet I will show you exactly how I use this funky tech stuff to expose my listings to the largest audience of potential buyers, and in turn am able to net my sellers more money in less time. Now if you have time after the video, I would take it to visit my new website listed on the right hand side of my photo as jcmohomesforsale.com, and my Facebook page, facebook.com/realestateJeffersonCity. Now these are just two of over 50 different avenues I use to showcase my properties to potential buyers. But for the sake of time and the purpose of this video, we will cover a few, but certainly not all 50 here on this video. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a very goal-oriented person in every aspect of my life, and selling your home will be no different. So listed here are my 3 goals for every one of my listings. And I'm sure as a home seller, you probably wouldn't object to reaching all 3, now would you? Well, I would certainly hope not. But amazingly enough, many sellers will list their home with an agent who promises to sell their home for top dollar, but doesn't really have a plan as to how they will accomplish this in today's super competitive, technology-driven market. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, if you don't know where you're going, any map will do? Well, I believe that if a realtor does not have a clear, concise, written, and detailed plan with these 3 goals as the end result, then they simply just aren't serious about selling your home in today's market. So where does this whole plan start? If goal 1, and goal number 1 I should say, is the best price and subsequently all other goals will follow, how does the process of getting that price work? What comes first? Now, I asked myself these very questions when I was putting together this whole marketing plan. And what I came up with looked a little something like this. Now, let's look at this chart in reverse. At the top, we have our price. Now, in order to get any price, we need a buyer, right? Of course. But we don't just want any price. As a seller and an agent, we want the best price. In order to do that, we need lots of buyers who are competing for your home. And so as you can see, the only way to get any buyer is to give the product exposure. But again, we don't want just any buyer, we want lots of buyers. So we have to give the property lots of exposure, and we do that only with using lots of marketing tools. And this is where I come in, and that's exactly what my whole plan is composed of. Lots of marketing that gives maximum exposure that will demand the best price possible. Now, here I break it down into 5 categories, which I call my Focus 5 marketing plan. But trust me, it's much more detailed than this, and I will cover the subcategories when we actually have the opportunity to meet in person. Now, you may be wondering exactly how it is that I came about discovering these 5 main categories of my marketing plan. Well, let me just tell you, it was a lot of trial and error. But if you notice here, the 2 categories I have marked, highlighted I should say, with 2 gold stars, I want you to write those down. These are going to be 2 of my main points and the things that really drive the whole theory behind my marketing plan. So if you have an opportunity to pause this video, I would jot those 2 things down and be sure to kind of keep them in mind for when we actually do have the opportunity to meet in person, and we'll go over those in greater detail. Okay? Now here I wanted you to take a look at a chart showing a 2010 study by the National Association of Realtors. Now in today's market, 9 out of every 10 buyers are starting their home searches online, and it's this statistic alone that illustrates the importance of using a realtor who understands this and is using the tools available to market to the new world of consumers. Now if we are truly going to reach that number 1 goal of getting the best price possible for your home, we are going to have to expose your home to the widest audience. And the widest audience is actually online right now as we speak. So you should be too, or really your home should be too. Now, don't get me wrong. I have strategies in place that are offline as well. and I make sure to implement the things that are what I call the old school techniques that still work. We have signs, print ads, and the like. However, I believe that my targeted direct mailing campaigns for new listings, for example, are great and effective, but so are my targeted Facebook ads that reach a very, very specific audience, which I will then use to direct those people to your home's very own personal website. Now, the difference being, with this particular example, that I can effectively track who's looking at your home through the online Facebook campaigns, but not so much with the mailings, and as well as capture the potential buyer's information through lead generation systems that are implemented on our websites. You get the idea? Well, anyways, if I haven't bored you to death by now, and you've made it this far, let me thank you again for taking the time to watch this video. Now, I could literally go on for days, trust me, about what I do to sell homes and how I'm doing it different than my competition, but I would rather show you. Now, feel free to contact me anytime, in any way, and I look forward to our meeting.